The Yorkshire Coastcast with Paddy. The people, the places. This is The Coast.
Hello and welcome to episode 30 of the Yorkshire Coastcast. I'm Paddy Billington. Coming up this episode, well, it's all about the big thank you to those who've been tackling the LANGDALE MOOR fire. The firefighters, the gamekeepers, the farmers.
The Yorkshire Coastcast with Paddy.
This is The Coast.
And a reminder, you can get the Yorkshire Coastcast wherever you get your podcasts from: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, and always at thisisthecoast.co.uk/podcasts. So, coming up, we'll speak to Amy Cockrem, who has created the JustGiving page with a £100 target to help those who've been tackling the fire. Well, it's now reached over £70,000, and the NFU have got involved to help make sure that that money gets to exactly where it deserves to go. We'll also speak to Gretchen from Ridleys Farm Shop in Egton. Now, they've set up a little pop-up on Whitby Marina with stuff from their place, but also donations from others in the community as well, to give out to those who've been battling the LANGDALE MOOR fire. First, though, we're going to speak to Lisa Williams from the Moorland Railway at Staintondale. They're going to raise money for that JustGiving page this Sunday with their event. Worth pointing out, though, they are situated very close to where the flames reached, so particularly personal for them as well. Let's speak to Lisa Williams now from the Moorland Railway. So you were doing an event already this Sunday, but it was going to be for a different charity.
Well, we were holding one anyway for Yorkshire Coast Dog Rescue, but in the light of the fires that have been going on, we spoke to Yorkshire Dog Rescue, and they were more than happy to give up the day for us to raise funds for all the volunteer firefighters, the local farmers, all the local businesses that have just been incredible. They really have. So we felt this is a perfect opportunity to give something back.
Great. So no doubt you'll be doing a day for Yorkshire Dog Rescue at some point, maybe next year.
Yeah, we've offered them a date for next year.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So we'll talk in a moment about why you want to support the firefighters, gamekeepers, farmers, etc. But firstly, if we can focus on you yourselves, because your location has been extremely close to where the flames have reached. So how have you been yourselves over the last few weeks?
We've had cases packed a couple of times, I tell you, because it really was looking that worrying. But just amazing the way the people have just rallied. I mean, the fields all around us are so quiet because every farmer is out there doing their bit. It's just been staggering. But yeah, it was very scary to see the huge plumes of smoke, especially when the fire was on the 171, and it jumped the road. And between us and that is just a forest full of dead wood and the moors. So it was, it was very frightening. So we really need to do all we can to say thank you to these guys, because they've just been phenomenal. Sadly, there's a negative element that always comes through. People saying, "Oh, you're just giving money to farmers that have already got lots." I said, for goodness sake, they haven't got lots. They've shredded their tyres. They've risked their lives for us all. So for goodness sake, we need to get out and say thank you.
Yeah. So where exactly is the money going to go then that you do raise?
Well, there is a JustGiving page, so I think they've linked up with the National Farmers Union, who are discussing how to distribute the funds. So I think that's the easiest way for us to go. Talk to the people that set up the JustGiving page and also the NFU.
Yeah, now it has been interesting actually. I have noticed this in the last couple of weeks. Like you say, there have been some people spouting a bit of negativity, shall we say, and I mean lots of people have recognised the amazing work that the farmers have played in this role. Some whose land is on the site or close to the LANGDALE fire, but others that have come in from much further afield just to support, really. And I think the firefighters have even admitted that without the help of the landowners and the farmers, the situation would have been a lot worse.
I think they said it would be a completely different story if they hadn't had that help. I mean, a lot of the farmers are saying that the hero of the hour was the helicopter pilot, because he really did get to places they couldn't reach. But when you see, I talked to one of our neighbours, Nick Owen. He was doing 22-hour shifts pumping water up there. It's just incredible, and that's giving up his own time as a businessman. So he wasn't making any money. He was just going up there and doing his bit. So no, it's a good thing we're doing. I hope to encourage people to come and support them.
Now, where you are based, actually, there was quite a big fire a couple of decades back in the early 2000s, which I'm sure you are aware about. That was even closer to where you are right now. So it does happen, but still, there's quite a surprise, isn't there, that in the year 2025, it's all hands on deck when a moorland fire can get out of control like that, and you do need the firefighters. Some have come in from London, as far away as London and across the country. But also the farmers having to come in there and get water out the Esk and all this sort of stuff. It's amazing just what an effort it has been.
And I think that's what happens when you live in rural communities, though, isn't it? I think everybody, realises that we all need to pull together because there aren't the resources right out in the sticks, as it were, sometimes. And I think they're all just ready to do that. But it's been a tremendous response, I think, from everybody.
And obviously you were worried about the fire. You're one of a number of stories in the area, and obviously you've managed to keep a bit further away than, say, Grouse Hill, which were right on the doorstep of the fire. You must have been thinking, what you've created there at your place at Staintondale with that incredible railway and a lovely attraction as well. You must have been looking at it all, worrying about its future at one point.
Well, it was heartbreaking. We were walking around taking photographs of everything. We really were that concerned. I mean, we had hoses out ready, top and bottom of the garden area. We had every bucket filled that we could. We'd mown all the way around the back in the field behind us. There was nothing else we could do, and we just loaded the car up ready if we had to go. But thankfully, it didn't come to that, and I think that's largely it's to do with the professionals, obviously the firefighters, but obviously largely due to all the help from all the locals here. So
yeah, I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? I can't imagine taking photos just in case the worst happens and getting, hose pipes ready. It's quite something, really. So anyway, it looks like, things are controlled, which is great. Obviously, we're not completely out of the woods yet, but let's be positive here. This Sunday, tell us what people can expect, especially if they haven't been there before.
Well, this Sunday we open at 2:00 until 5:00. We'll have trains running all afternoon. We will not be running any steam trains for obvious reasons. Things are still very dry despite the rain we've had, so there won't be steam trains because we think that's a responsible thing to do. But we'll have lots of other trains running, and we will have the tombola going. We'll have the plant stall and lots of hopefully lovely cakes and tea and coffee all available. So it's a fun afternoon. It's a nice. We've been working very hard in the garden area as well, and it's all looking very pretty, and it's all ready to go.
Great. Well, hopefully you'll have a fantastic day. Thanks for telling us about it.
Okay, thanks, Paddy.
The Yorkshire Coastcast, loving life in Yorkshire. The people, the places. This is the coast.
So roads, as we speak, are back open. Finally, the A171, the B1416, although there are still emergency services working on the fire as well, dampening it all down. There may well be flare-ups. So the situation could change at any time, really, and we just keep our fingers crossed that everything does go well and that they continue to keep on top of the situation. But there are 30-mile-an-hour speed limits on some stretches of those roads as well. Right, coming up, we will speak to Amy Cockrem, who has created the fundraising page. £100 target, now over £70,000. Incredible. Firstly, though, let's speak to another person who's been out there saying thanks to those tackling the fire. And this is Gretchen from Ridleys Farm Shop in Egton. Tell us about it.
We're Ridleys Farm Shop, so it's a family-run business. My name's Gretchen. Steve is my partner. He's a farmer. Chance is my son, and my daughter is Samantha Getson. We're just a small family-run farm shop. We're a pop-up farm shop, and we're local for locals. So where I come from, you just sort of, it's what you do. You help out, and we're just grateful for the farmers and the gamekeepers, the contractors, the firemen, everything. So we'd like to do our bit, but we couldn't do it without the local community. I mean, Jackson's Butchers, Ford's Butchers, Leolome Village, the Witching Post, and other supporting members of the community have donated to help us to help the farmers, hopefully, and everyone else that's helping to fight these fires.
What is it exactly that you are doing?
We brought down 2 egg and bacon large quiche to feed everyone down at the marina. and some of it was taken up to the Moors.
And today,
We're bringing down sausage rolls.
have you had any feedback?
We've had some really great people came up to us, and we had a hug, and the farmer said thank you, and we just hope everybody is just, we're trying to keep everyone going.
And with you being based in Egton, the heart of the Moors, I mean, this is personal for you, isn't it, this?
It is personal. It is personal. I mean, the Moors are beautiful. Everyone enjoys them, and it's just a horrible thing.
It's nice that you highlight the work of the farmers and the gamekeepers, etc., because, you know, this really has been a team effort, and a lot of people have been saying that without the help of those people, the fire would be a lot worse, and the chances are properties might have been lost.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are just grateful for our farmers, keepers, contractors, for their immeasurable, undying commitments in the face of such extreme adversity. As always, they just get in and they get it done. They're heroes.
Yeah, and it is nice what you're doing, because it does show your appreciation to them. So well done, and you know, fingers crossed the worst of that fire is out of the way now. And I think once people realise just how big it has been, I still don't think people realise just what a massive site it covers.
It is absolutely huge, absolutely huge. I didn't believe how big it was until you speak to the farmers. Today, the folks I spoke to, it really was an eye-opener. I cannot believe these people and what they're tackling and what a super job they're doing. We are so grateful, and I think I speak for everyone surrounding these moors.
All right, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and well done for what you're doing. I think it's really lovely, and hopefully there'll be plenty of people taking you up on your very kind offer of those sausage rolls.
Oh, can't wait to see them. Come on down.
The Yorkshire Coastcast with Paddy. This is The Coast.
And you're listening to episode 30 of the Yorkshire Coastcast, all things Yorkshire Coast, brought to you by the local commercial radio station for the Yorkshire Coast. This is The Coast. Next up, we're going to speak to Amy Cockrem, who created the JustGiving page recently with a £100 target just to help buy a bit of food and drink for the farmers, gamekeepers, firefighters battling the LANGDALE Moor fire. And now, incredibly, it has reached a massive, massive total of over £70,000. Amy, welcome to the Yorkshire Coastcast. So, just tell us what made you want to create this fundraising page?
So basically, I set up a JustGiving page originally for £100, just to go out on there and try and help buy food and drink. And now I've just checked; it's got to 70,000, which is amazing. Which is going to go a long way to support our farmers and go to charities.
Yeah, no, that really is incredible. So £100 target, £70,000. You must have had a look at some of the donations coming in, the messages left. What is it that people are saying when they donate some money?
They're just giving so much for support for them guys out there that have been fighting the fire. There is so much support behind them.
Obviously, you know, you said that you started it just to help them out, buy some food or whatever. You mentioned now that, I mean, this has become huge, hasn't it? So you have got other people involved. Is the NFU involved?
Yeah, the NFU is involved now. They had a meeting last night. There's going to be another meeting soon. So that's just to discuss like where the money will be, what it'll be spent on, and where it will be going. They have decided that maybe some tractor tyres. There's a lot of broken machinery and equipment to the farmers' tractors, oil filters, and all such as that.
Yeah. So are you talking about things that maybe have been damaged during this process of battling the fire?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's been a lot of damage while they've been out there fighting the fire, as well as a wagon load of hay got delivered a couple of days ago to a local farmer who has lost grazing due to the fire.
Yeah. So it's yeah. So I mean, it's good that the NFU are getting involved, because obviously otherwise it would be a monumental task, wouldn't it, to try and get the money to the right places?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we definitely needed the NFU involved now. It's it's got too big to control by myself.
But it must be great for you to see the reaction from the public, to your appeal, because people have dug deep and donated money. some really big amounts for some as well. So, it shows that they are appreciated, the people that have been battling this.
Oh, 100%, yeah. They really are appreciated. And I think like myself, a lot of people wanted to help and setting up this Just Giving page as sort of, they've been able to help by donating. So yeah, it sort of helped a lot in many ways.
Yeah, over 2,500 people have actually made donations. That really is incredible, isn't it? But seeing the state of the moors now that the roads are open, it's sort of bringing it home to people, really, isn't it? They're getting an idea now of the scale of what's happened and the damage that's been caused.
Yeah, it's devastating. I mean, I was up on the moors the other night, and I mean the fire was still going at that point, and it was devastating then. But now the smoke's gone down, and you get to see the sheer scale of what the fire's damaged. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, and I think a lot of people, as you say, are realising that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and obviously concerns over wildlife as well, not just land, but wildlife. That's a big one, isn't it? That.
Yeah, I mean the amount of birds that must have been killed, like grouse and partridges and pheasants, and yeah, it is. It's gut-wrenching, really, to think that them poor little things haven't been able to escape the fire, and yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and they're still working on it, aren't they? They're still up there on the moors, dampening things down, making sure that there are no more flare-ups. I mean, there might well be, but they're going to be there for a while, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to be there for a while. I think it only takes a bit of wind. Once wind picks up, is in the right direction, I think it soon starts up again in these hot spots. So yeah, they're going to be soaking it down for a while yet.
And am I right in thinking you're thinking of organising some sort of parade as well once this is all done?
Yeah, some sort of maybe tractor run, get the fire crew and everyone involved, and just so we can, something similar like we did in COVID to the NHS, sort of like clap for them, and they can, I think the guys out there maybe want to, by what I'm hearing back, is they want to thank the community as well, so not just for us to sort of clap them guys, they can sort of say thank you as well. So yeah, it's something I'm maybe thinking of planning in the near future.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely cover that. Anyway, great idea of yours to start the Just Giving page, and it's fantastic to see it at that £70,000 mark, and I'm sure it'll keep on going up as well. And that will, of course, be very useful to those who it benefits. So thanks for your time.
No worries, Paddy. Thank you.
The Yorkshire Coastcast, loving life in Yorkshire. The people, the places. This is The Coast.
And a big thanks to Amy for chatting to us on the Yorkshire Coastcast, episode 30. Now, we've got the very latest online at thisisthecoast.co.uk, and also on air as well. You can listen to This Is The Coast on DAB digital radio across much of the region. Also online at thisisthecoast.co.uk. You can download the app from the App Store for free. Just search for This Is The Coast, and you can also get your smart speaker to launch or play This Is The Coast, and it'll do just that. We mentioned that the roads were back open and a 30 mile an hour speed limit was in place in sections of the roads, including the A171 and the B1416. I can tell you that the Falling Foss and Maybeck car parks remain closed whilst the firefighting continues. Minor roads that lead directly into the moors are going to remain closed until further notice as well. In Whitby, Sophie Anscombe's family have been showing their thanks with a banner that they've been showing to passing tractors. It reads, "Thank you farmers, well done," and looks fantastic. And one thing that struck me this week was hearing Chief Fire Officer from North Yorkshire Fire and Rescue, Jonathan Dyson, say that it was remarkable no lives or property had been lost in the fire.
I think it's exceptional that we have lost no property, there's been no loss of life, and there's been no injuries to any of our staff within this time. And I think that's credibility to our crews and everybody that's been working in this to keep our staff safe and, again, mitigate the impact on the public.
Well, hopefully everyone will continue to remain safe as the work goes on to completely remove the risk from the Langdale Moor fire. We'll, of course, keep you updated on This Is The Coast on air, online and on social media as well. And we'll be back for episode 31 of the Yorkshire Coastcast, when we'll be focusing on this weekend's big event in Scarborough South Bay, the Goldwing Light Parade. Thank you so much for listening. And don't forget, you can subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from, and you'll be notified whenever a new episode of the Yorkshire Coastcast arrives.
The Yorkshire Coastcast with Paddy.
This is the coast.